And welcome back to another Tales of Tribute game. Today our opponent goes Lalu first, and we go with Alessia into the Orgnum deck. So yeah, I did like my Orgnum game previously, so I wanted to try it out again at the time. My opponent plays first, so good picks are Ink and Blood if you want to go Mora. If you want to go fast Mora game, Ink and Blood is just picking up any Mora cards is always good. Other picks, Chainbreaker Sergeant is excellent. My opponent shuffles away that and picks up that. So yeah, I think Chainbreaker Sergeant is a pretty good pick here. It is Chainbreaker Captain, yeah, and just a bit of economy into my deck. So yeah, for 6 gold, that's reasonable. Opponent picks up a Mora Apocryphal Pack and picks up the Tome Shell, which I really hate. Like, Tome Shell is just very bad and should not be picked up under any circumstances. But anyway, yeah, we kill his Rebel so that he can draw it again in the future. And right now, Tavern, probably gonna go for Priestess of the Eight next. That's probably the best card here. Shuffles away bad cards and get some good things going. Now, unfortunately, we only have 4 right now. So I thought we can either go Treasury or you can use the Alessia power. And I think in this case, it's a bit even because we already picked up one Mora card. So if you really want to go Mora, you just make your deck really small and just pick all the Mora cards. Yeah. Currently though, we have some pretty good cards in our deck. Just building up some Rebels, building up some lots and lots of money right now. I picked Alessia up again, and I just try to spam the Alessia power. My idea here is that Alessia sort of combos with Orgnum, because Orgnum's power gets more effective the more cards there are in your deck, and Alessia shuffles some reasonably okay cards into your deck. I'm not sure that was correct, what I just did. Like there's a lot of better picks than just using the Alessia power. It's important not to just spam Alessia over and over again if there are better picks in the Tavern, and in that case, I kind of like... there were actually quite a number of good cards in the Tavern. But nevertheless, we are sort of committed to that. So my idea here is try to make as big a deck as possible, and then try to use Orgnum for the win, which is sort of what happened the last time I played Orgnum. And let's see how that goes. So right now, we unfortunately drew some pretty unimpressive Soldiers of the Empires. My opponent is using the Tome Shell to make his deck as small as possible in the meantime. So it's a small deck versus a big deck. And let's see who does better. He's not using his extra power to kill my Rebel, so that's fine. It could be quite bad for my opponent if I have more Alessia combos. As of yet, not really. I mean, it's nice to pick up a couple of prestige generating cards from Alessia. And the Orgnum only gave us 2 power for 2 gold, so that's still not very impressive. We need to try to build a bit more things at the moment. My opponent's picking up Tome Shell, is drawing me extra cards, but I unfortunately not really able to take a lot of advantage out of it because my combos are just not quite there. And the bigger your deck is, the less consistent it is. So my opponent is still going pretty well. He's ahead of me in power, ahead of me in prestige, leaving my Alessia guy alive. And we're sort of in a race at this moment. I'm using my power to kill his agents. I pick up the Imprisonment because I really want to get more prestige. Because I'm kind of getting scared that my opponent's deck is getting a little bit too fast for me to handle. So okay, we get a bit of temporary prestige to try to match my opponent. My opponent's deck is meanwhile quite small. He has gotten through with using his Voracious Tome Shell. He's eaten up most of his cards, and because I went for quite a big deck, him drawing cards basically involves me making me draw cards. Basically involves me just drawing some kind of okay but not the greatest cards ever. So now I'm panicking a little bit. I'm trying to count what kind of cards am I drawing next and what can I do about it. And yeah, Mora, you sort of want to, if you want to go Mora, you sort of want to pick a really small Mora deck to get this to work. Now Orgnum, 3 gold for 4 power is actually not bad, so that is not the worst situation we're in right now. That actually makes me quite interested. He's using a Tome Shell to draw me a card, that's fine. Using Hlalu to eat his own cards, that's fine too. Picking up another Orgnum ship. So things are, I think, fairly stable now because I actually managed to draw my good cards, so that makes me a bit happier. Let's make up my deck a little bigger. Technically, I should have used my. I wanted to buy more cards with Orgnum, but never mind. If I could have bought a card first with Orgnum to try to make my deck bigger and then use Orgnum, but in this case, I think I was just going straight for full power, so I just turned all my Alessia agents to power mode and see where we go from there. I don't think my opponent can afford to leave all these agents alive. That is just not going to do anything. Uses Orgnum back against me, gets 2 power for 1 gold. That is Orgnum when he doesn't favor you. And it's always a very close race when you're playing this kind of Orgnum deck, and even the smallest pieces of luck can change the game quite rapidly. So anyway, get rid of the Rag Picker. I'm just trying to see what other better cards we can get. Unsettling Aura is great, but I don't think we can afford it, unfortunately. Do have a Chainbreaker Sergeant, which can generate us a little bit of power to knock him out. Get an Orgnum back on our side. I'm trying to preserve as much power as possible, so I try to use my gold to kill his agents instead of using power to kill his agents. At the beginning of the game, I was using my power to kill his agents, so because I think economy is better, more important at that stage. However, once you get to the late game, you start to value power a little more than gold. So I'm trying to preserve my gold as much as possible. We're still neck to neck. His deck is way smaller than mine, and he does have a couple of nice, pretty good Orgnum combos running at the same time. Cipher of the Eye is something I think is quite reasonable to pick up now. It doesn't give him 3 gold, which is, I think, okay, but it does combo with my currently combo with my Mora card in my hand, and it is definitely something I would like to pick up. So yeah, we're still neck to neck. His deck is smaller and his agents are a bit bigger than mine. We do see an Unfathomable Secrets, which is a very powerful Orgnum card to pick up early, or pick up at any point in the game, because the bonuses that you get, the combos that you get, are excellent from it. So yeah, we fortunately can pick that up. And let's see what else we got here. So pretty much down to the wire. Should I pick up an Orgnum card? Should I buy another card to make my deck bigger, to make the Orgnum power better? That is definitely possible. I unfortunately feel I do have to kill his agents, because they are definitely not something you want to keep alive for the next turn. So yeah, let's spend all our power to kill his agents. Kind of annoying, but what are you gonna do? We're left at 46 power. He can definitely, I'm quite certain he can generate at least 6 prestige this turn, because his deck is pretty small. And we're starting to pick up some of our Orgnum things that we're shuffling into our deck. The problem with Orgnum is it's quite a rushy deck, and it's quite easy to fight against it, since as compared to the early days when Tales of Tribute just came out, where Orgnum was quite good when you're ahead. Now Orgnum is cheaper when you're behind, so your opponent can fight over Orgnum quite a bit. Makes things definitely a little more tricky to play around, and yeah, we're still really close. And I'm pretty sure you can just use Orgnum to get just one more prestige ahead of me, so yeah, it's still a really close game. And now I'm starting to wonder if I should have spent all my power killing his Alessian Rebel, because he's left my Alessian Rebel alive this entire time, and it's, I think, not been that useful overall. We draw a card because the entire tavern is way too expensive for us at the moment. We just need to make our deck a little bit bigger, I think. Kill his agents, and then generate just enough gold to use the Orgnum to get back against him. Right now it's still generating us 4 gold for 2 power, which is fine. That's what we're fighting against. My opponent can spend it to use generate 2 power for 1 gold. But yeah, I mean, look at this. He has, like I said, really small deck. Good combos going. Picked up Unsettling Aura as well with his Custom Seizure. And Custom Seizure is actually quite a good card. It definitely is good in a low power deck, because you can buy those very important 6-cost cards. We got a Tithe, and I think, I was gonna Tithe and Orgnum twice, but I think we can't let him get the Unfathomable Secrets. That's just way too powerful. Unfortunately, we can't cast Orgnum twice, which is a very big shame. And I actually do wonder if casting Orgnum twice actually was correct, rather than picking up Unfathomable Secrets here at this stage. Basically, we do have one extra turn, one extra use of our power, so we can use our Flalu to eat our captain, which for another 3 prestige. And the real question is, can we generate enough prestige to get to 80 next turn, or can my opponent beat me to it? It is a very close question. he did not manage to pick up his Unsettling Aura, which was the card I was really scared about because that's just 4 power right there. He's going to draw it next turn. Right now he's also just rushing close to the finish. We're still neck to neck, as it tends to be in a lot of Orgnum games. So, and he uses his Slalu to just generate just a little bit more prestige. He got to 77. Can we beat 77 from 66? Can we generate enough from that? Now, Soldiers of the Empire, not the greatest power generating card, only generates 1 power, and we are at 73 right now. I can try to buy a card to make my deck a little bigger, but you know, unfortunately, we didn't quite get there. We're at 78 prestige. At this point I'm thinking, is there any way we could have spent our power better? We were just 2 power short. Also, we could have just drawn, you know, one of our other cards this turn instead, but yeah, not quite there. And that's unfortunately a loss. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you again next time.